During the interview, writes the Sunday Telegraph, the pair discussed the gender pay gap issue with Peterson, who is renowned for his attacks on political correctness, saying it was wrong to say the gap resulted only from sex. The half-hour-long interview has been seen more than 2 million times on the Channel 4 News YouTube page, and it's attracted more than 43,000 comments. Newman has since been subjected to abuse online, but she's defended herself, tweeting, I thoroughly, she writes, enjoyed my bout with Jordan Peterson, as did hundreds of thousands of our viewers. Viva Feminism, Viva Free Speech. I wonder, does she like herself very much, Cathy Newman? I don't think she enjoyed the exchange very much at all, judging by this clip.
Let me move on to another debate that's been very controversial for you. And this is, you got in trouble for refusing to call trans men and women by their preferred personal pronouns.
No, that's not actually true. I got in trouble because I said I would not follow the compelled speech dictates of the federal and provincial government. I actually never got in trouble for not calling anyone anything.
Right.
That didn't happen.
You wouldn't follow the change of law, which was designed
not
to
once
outlaw
it was law.
discrimination.
No. Well, that's what they said it was designed to do.
Okay, you cited freedom of speech in that. Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You know, like, you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
Well, I'm very glad I put you on the spot.
Well,
I'm very glad that I have exercised my freedom of speech.
You get my point. It's like you're doing what you should do, which is digging a bit to see what the hell's going on.
So
and that is what you should do. But you're exercising your freedom of speech to certainly risk offending me. And that's fine. I think more power to you as far as I'm concerned.
So you haven't sat there and... I'm just trying to work that out. I mean...
Ha, gotcha.
You have got me. I'm trying to work that through in my head. Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, that's dreadful presenting. What happened there is that Cathy Newman wasn't listening to a word that Jordan Peterson said. This is the sad state of presenting in the UK today and around the world, really. Attack dogs like Newman are not listening to what their guest is saying. They're not engaging them on what it is they are saying because they are not listening. All Newman is doing, and I watched the interview over the weekend, was interrupting incessantly, repeating the same thing over and over again without trying to understand the central point that Peterson was making. Newman is just another example of dreadful presenters operating on national news platforms every single day of the week. Not an intellectual, not a very good presenter, not very bright at all, has done little or no research herself into the issue of political correctness, into the issue of free speech, the progressive agenda to shut down anybody that they don't like or don't agree with. Newman has done none of that. She's gone into the studio, she's on an enormous salary for no good reason, and she's taken a fact sheet from a producer which will have had several bullet points on it relating to some of the things Peterson has said in the past. But Newman has done no personal investigation of the issue in general and probably isn't very interested in it. She's a very wealthy, talentless television